Hello, hello. Okay, I already finished my first job for today. And now we're going to an emergency job. Their electrical's out, which is, or that part, or whatever. The circuit's probably out or something, but it's part of their furnace. So their furnace can't run because the electrical issue is obviously not letting it run. So I don't know if they had an HVAC guy there or whatever, but we're heading over there. Sure, you guys see me do my electrical. You guys always see me using Wagos. In the beginning, I wasn't a fan of them because I guess I was scared of them. Because I was always taught to use wire nuts. I use wire nuts in everything. When you do that mechanical splice, you know, you put your wires together and you twist them. You have an awesome bond. Then you have the wire nut that holds it together. So, since I didn't know much about the Wagos, I looked into them. I used, I forgot what the model is. I think, but it's maybe 221. I don't know if that's just a certain type. But it's the ones with the lever. It's a lever on them. So I looked them up. Because anything I use, I want to make sure that it's going to last. And it's a good fix. And all that good stuff. So I seen this guy on YouTube putting like 60 amps of this thing. 60 amps of those Wagos. They are not rated for 60 amps. Why are you not going, sir? You're in a turn. You're trying to turn. Am I in the wrong lane? I don't even know. I'm probably in the wrong lane. So I seen this guy on YouTube testing it at, and he put 60 amps to it. It's not rated for 60 amps, but they still purposely did it. And I can't remember. Even at 60 amps, I think it was fine. I don't think it caused it to melt. I think they had to put like a blow dryer on it or something to melt it finally. I can't remember. Don't quote me on that. But I liked how they put all the amps to it, and it was still fine. Not saying you should do that, but I guess we're all scared when new stuff comes out because you're afraid if it's actually going to go hold up over time. But I mean, just think about wire nuts. You know, the first thing that came out, or I could be wrong too, but you know, they would solder the connections in boxes. Then they probably put static tape or whatever tape they put on there. So they would do the splice, they would dip it in solder, and then they would tape it up, put it in the box. That's probably the best connection you can have. And once wire nuts came out, they were all scared about the wire nuts. Because obviously you had solder hole in it before, now you just have a wire nut. So now we've been getting used to wire nuts, and now all this newer stuff's coming out. I checked this one guy on YouTube, and he was testing wire nuts, the quick connects, which is I think it's the push-ins, and then there was the lever nuts. What tested out the best with the least amount of resistance was the wire nut. And then the second best was the push-ins. They have a better, I guess there's more spring tension in there. Oh, well, that's what it's, I don't, who knows. And then we tested out the third best. The third was the lever nut, you know, the Wago. They're all good, which I don't like the push connects, because you're relying on spring tension, and there's actually a different mechanism in the lever nut compared to the push-in. And then obviously you can't reuse once it's pushed in, that's it. You gotta cut it off. You could probably twist it out, but now I don't know if you can reuse that, because you know, even wire nuts are a one-time use. If you think about it, you're twisting it out, now you're nicking it, now it's not gonna make a good connection. That's just me, I'm weird. Oh, another reason why I switched to Wagos, the lever nut, is because I'm really OCD, and sometimes it's actually hard when you're holding like 4 wires together and you're twisting it. If they're not all the same length, or if one starts creeping out, and I'm not happy with the splice, I'll end up cutting it back. I mean, you keep on twisting copper. I'm weird. I like to. Once you keep bending metal back and forth, it gets brittle. So before you know, I'll start cutting it back, and then boom, I barely have any copper left. At least with the Wagos, it's easier to splice it every time, which I had no problem before. It's just I'm more OCD with my connections, and people don't know how to use wire nuts correctly. I can't tell you how many times I went to a box and you just touch the wire nut, or not even touch a wire, it comes right out of the wire nut. So if anybody's gonna be doing my electrical in my house, I'd rather have them doing the Wago, because nobody knows how to use a wire nut correctly, it seems like. Almost forgot. This is pretty important too. I got really, wasn't yesterday, but it was the day before. I got really irritated. I started going through all the invoices, because you guys, I've been telling you guys, I've been doing work for a home warranty company. And let it slip away. I'm like almost 60 days in. Almost 60 days, and I'm like, I only get received one payment. One payment. So I started looking through it. I called vendor relations, and I started going through the invoices, and they're like, first I call them up and tell them, like, you guys aren't even paying me. You guys aren't even paying me. Like, what's going on? They're like, well, what's the claim number? I'm like, there's a ton of them. So I had to go through. I think I have like 27 work orders, 27 invoices with them right now that aren't paid. So I started going through one by one by one. Like, okay, this isn't paid. We're gonna send us the payments. And by the time at the end, I was so burned out I'm like, it was so irritating. I'm like telling them, I need to hire a full-time person just to try to get my money back from you guys. Which you guys warned me, the guys out here, they're like, so pretty much what I'm thinking, I'm like, what am I gonna have to do? Call every single time when it's due and to get my money back? So they're still gonna make me wait a week or two. So pretty much I'm still taking work for them, which I told everybody that I wasn't gonna. I'm still giving it the benefit of the doubt. They just probably have a crappy system. You guys are probably gonna laugh at me. There's certain guys that they know better, and pretty much, I mean, the guys are gonna be upset. I mean, there's a lot. People want their money, and when these guys are net 30, other ones are like net 60, net 90, and the guys are gonna get upset, say they don't pay this, and that. I think it's just because you gotta jump through so many hoops that they're to the point where they don't want no part of it, which I don't blame them. I'm a little bit more patient, but at the same time, yeah, it adds up. I mean, I collected deductible from the customer, then I got to get their payment. They're still paying good, so I'm gonna go a little bit longer. I'm still turning down bigger jobs if it requires like a bigger priced item or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not doing this job because you guys owe me so much money. I usually take the small jobs from them. For right now, I think they're gonna pay me. It's just gonna be chasing them down. That's the problem. But yeah, that's enough talking. I talked a lot in this one. Get you guys some shots. Hello.
Hi.
Sorry, yeah, the proper
okay.
manager was calling me. Is it okay if I record for YouTube for educational purposes?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, so what's going on now?
I guess the heater's off. There's a fuse that broke in the fuse box, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe that caused that to...
Okay, so right now, what power, or what's out right now, exactly?
The stove.
The stove is?
I want to say like this side of the wall, and then the heater.
Yeah, the furnace, they were saying?
Yes.
And then, let's see. Okay, looks like it doesn't have no power.
Right.
And I'm guessing that this doesn't. Are these light switches for that light?
Those are the switches, yeah.
Okay. Can you show me the panel? The electrical panel?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Okay.
I just have my dog. He's a mastiff, so you can imagine how big. Mastiff dog is.
As long as you don't bite me, I'll be fine.
No, he won't bite me. He'll jump.
Funny thing is, I usually get bit by small dogs. I don't know if they got like some kind of something against me or something. Looks like the place flooded.
Yeah, it did. So they had to take all this out, and my son thinks that that's why.
When did this flood?
When?
Yeah.
A month and a half ago.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, on this side of the walls, out the washer and dryer, but the panel's right there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. No problem. Okay. Let's see what we got going on. Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's go look at that again. We could have a bad breaker. Could. So I see one GFI there. I wonder if there's another GFI here. No, come on. Come out. Regular outlet. I'll leave that out. And then.
Oh, and then the bathroom and.
Oh, there's more out?
This room, yeah. I don't live here, my son lives here, so.
Okay. Trying to see if something feeds all this. It has to be the breaker. It's a lot. Let me take the panel apart and I'll go from there. Okay. Grab my 11-in-1 if I can find it. Actually, forget that. It's really a square drive, but this will work. Okay, we're gonna get a square drive. Usually they're not that tight, so I'm able to blow right through it. Well, this is not my 11-in-1, but this will work. Come on. Come on. Look at this. Side note. Wait. Oh yeah. I've heard about this stuff. This is supposed to be like Kevlar or something, or maybe it's like I forgot what it's called. It's strong. Usually they do this. You see one here, one here, one here. I haven't seen this yet. Usually they put iron beams or whatever. This is when the foundation's bowing out. If it's cinder block, looks like it's concrete. They must have had a problem with it bowing in. I don't see why You got the crack here. That's a little weird. If you guys know why they put that up here, let me know. Because usually you put it when the thing is, when there's cinder blocks and they're splitting and it's opening up and it's bowing in. I wonder if they got it throughout the whole place. Definitely weird. Okay, enough of that. So, where am I adding my tester? Right in front of my face. Man, I don't like how this whole thing is. This is really sensitive today. Look, I put it this close and the whole thing is just beeping. Yeah, well, there's not gonna be one of those. What is wrong with this thing? Thing is really sensitive right now. Whatever. We'll just use the meter. This thing always gets turned on by accident. Oh, come on, quit resetting on me. Nothing but the best. Dude. I don't know what's wrong with this thing. I don't know if it's bad batteries or what. So we're just looking for a dead breaker. Okay, well I was gonna turn the light on. Whatever. I don't want to keep having that thing turn off on me. 120 volts. That's dead. Let me turn this one off so I don't get this mixed up. Dead. Oh man, I already know what's going on. See that? 6.72 volts. What do you guys see right now? What's going on? We lost a phase. We know we lost a phase because I'm about to sneeze right now. The bus bars alternate. Yeah, one phase here, one phase here. And if you notice, turn the ones off that don't have power. They're alternating. So, now we gotta check the breaker. Now we gotta check the breaker. Let's see if we got 100, 240 volts coming in. Stupid meter, man. Not good. Not good. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, I'm taking one line, and I'm going to ground. We have 120 volts. And then right here, that's our dead leg up here. ComEd problem. ComEd problem. Let's go check by the meter for fun. Man. So here's the meter. Definitely old cable. Definitely old cable. So I'm just going to test it by ComEd. You shouldn't be using an aluminum ladder. Hopefully it's tall enough. Probably should have some gloves on too. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna put gloves on. Okay. Hope I can get this in the picture. Turn this baby on. I got safety glasses on. Okay, we're looking for 240 volts. 240. These are split bolts too. Huh, look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says 126 volts. Probably want to scratch this up better too. Make sure I'm getting good connection because these things are all corroded. Corroded. But yeah, it's missing a line from ComEd. Usually they're fed under the ground. That's what, you know, that's what usually happens though. Like somebody's digging a fence in, the line goes bad underground. This one's actually above. Let's see if I can get this in a photo. So now I'm gonna go close that panel up. Give the bad news to the prop manager. Then I have another one out here. And that's a wrap. I lied, it's not a wrap. Gotta get a cover plate on that stove. Got a picture for them. I could choose to, you know, put a blind eye to it, but I like to go to bed at night. I like to go to bed at night. Okay. Am I getting it? Probably needs to move the stove out, but just a cover plate. Here we go. Plug it in. Okay, take a picture, close stuff up, and I'm out of here. And that's a wrap for real.